Hi, this is Ann Brown on the line all the way from Accokeek, Maryland, and welcome to Coffee Talk. Coffee Talk is an opportunity for us to meet people, to chill out, ask some questions, and really get to know each other better. You know, we have a travel business, and right now during COVID-19, we're not able to travel as much as we would like, but guess what? We can travel through others. There have been people who have done some phenomenal things, traveled the world, and so Coffee Talk is an opportunity for us to get to know more about the destinations that they have visited and some of the things that we might want to do to plan for our visit. Or, you know, and sometimes you might want to put it on your bucket list and you want to be prepared. And so we're at COVID-19 right now, and our special guest today is going to be talking about the fabulous destination of Bali is Michelle Knolton. She is someone I truly, truly love to be around. She is a veteran. She's a mom, wife. She is an awesome friend, just somebody that is truly quality people. And one of the things I really admire about her is that she really cares about people. She does. Whenever you're around, you can feel the way she really cares. And so I want to give you an opportunity to meet Michelle, and she's going to be sharing some of her photos from Bali and kind of giving us a synopsis of what we're looking at and what she experienced during that time. I'm going to be asking her some questions during this. So definitely get your pen and paper. If you're on your phone, get ready for a treat because, hey, now it's all roads lead to Bali with Michelle. Michelle, how you doing?
Hey,
All right, Michelle, it looks like you might be, there you go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm doing great.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Michelle, tell us, when did you go to Bali, and what were you thinking before you got there, and when you touched down, what did you experience?
Well, yes, it was my first time. I got on that plane to go to Bali. I was thinking 17 hours on a flight. How am I going to do this? But I did it, you know. And so the architecture, the culture. And the next thing I noticed was the weather. The weather was very warm. So that's one thing I did have to adjust to quickly once I got there.
So when did you go? Did you go in January, March, April? Did you go in February?
It was in March.
It was in March. So it was still cool here on the East Coast, and you were going to a warm climate. Were you prepared?
Watched the temperature the whole time. So I noticed that the average temperature there was 80 degrees. So even at night, when the sun went down, it may drop below 70, but the whole time.
Wow, wow. Michelle, what did you do on the flight? 17 hours, that's quite some time. What did you find yourself doing on the flight?
Well, first I thought about, how comedies that I was going to be able to do and, just read.
Okay, so you read for 17 hours?
No, I slept. It was very nice. It was Singapore Air.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, Michelle, show us some of your photos. Take us to Bali with you. Describe what we're seeing and what you were feeling in some of these photos. And I'll probably jump in and ask some questions as well.
First of all, the one thing that I love the culture, and that's something that we were able to do. And so Bali is known for, of course, its temples and its beaches, those types of things. So the one thing that I did notice was all of the culture and its architecture. So the thing that I also know that people always want to know, when is the best time?
April to October.
It's April to October. The weather is going to be warm. When it rained there, it rained for a short while and then it stops. So yes, you will get rain, but it doesn't.
Wow. So it looks like the most economical times are May, June, and October, but I'm pretty sure that's probably the hottest time of the year as well. That's when the temperature soars.
Yeah. And so like I said, they're known for their rice paddies and their all of their temples.
Now I love rice. Did you find that you ate a lot of rice when you were there?
Yes, every meal came with rice. And so it was exciting to be able to see the rice paddies. So we'll start going through. But the rupiah, the money.
Wow. Were you able to see a volcano as well?
Yes, we did.
Wow. Did you get a picture of it?
Well, one of the mountains that you're going to see in the background is actually that it's going to be
It's going to be a volcano.
the picture is just the average rice paddies that you'll see, and you see them everywhere because that's one of their main harvests. So
I think I saw a photo of you looking over, it might have been this one, looking over I was wondering what this was. And is that a volcano in the background, or is that a mountain?
That's one of.
So are those clouds, or are those smoke coming from the volcano?
That's the clouds. That is the clouds.
Beautiful, beautiful. Did they show you how they harvest rice? What's involved?
Aspect of it, because I was just so intrigued about the beauty of everywhere you went. You saw these rice paddies everywhere. It was like living in Technicolor.
Wow, look at that. What's that called?
So here, now the one thing I will have an issue with, things have a whole bunch of different names. I didn't catch the names of everywhere, but this right here is at one of the resorts.
Well, that's a beautiful, beautiful resort, beautiful landscape, and it's just the natural landscape functional.
Right.
Wow.
So the one thing that people love to do.
The one thing that people love to do? You went out on us. So you were saying the one thing that people love to do. Well, I would think that the one thing that people love to do is
all these different color dresses that you can use.
What? The different color what?
Different color dresses. You can pick what color dress you want to wear.
Oh, really? Is it one size fit all? Do they have plus size dresses?
Well, actually, it is one size fit all because this is actually a wrap. And
so,
yeah. So as you see the one me in the bottom down there laying on the swing, they give you the photo op and they push you out. Once you get off, of course, there's a long line. People love to get these photos, but you have other areas that you can go and catch the photos, as you can see me sitting in the bird's nest.
I was just going to say that looks like a huge bird's nest. So that's awesome. Do they pull it in and then let it out so you get this shot? They kind of pull it in so you can get in and then they let it out?
Yeah.
And
they allow you, huh?
Go ahead. Did they have a photographer or did you take your own photos?
They let you take your own photos. They have no issue with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looks like you're frozen again, so we're gonna wait for you to come back out, but these photos are absolutely beautiful. Oh, what an experience. I can just imagine. It would seem that you would probably, it seems like you're high up in the air. So I'm wondering if you would be nervous being that, swinging that
Yes,
high
you
up
are.
in the air.
Well, actually, you have on my waist, but I pulled the dress up so that you couldn't see it because I didn't want that in the picture, of course.
You have what?
A safety belt around my waist.
That's smart.
So
That's
that
smart.
wasn't an issue.
Wow. Well, that's beautiful. Just beautiful, beautiful photos.
Now, this one here is called Heaven's.
Okay, we're waiting for the screen to change. It hasn't changed yet.
I was going to tell how this picture is taken, but I said, I think people need to go on their own and find out how this picture is actually taken. So you see that water reflection down there in the bottom?
Yeah.
I thought this was the most amazing picture. And the thing about this is they actually use your camera to take the picture.
Really?
So when it's your turn to go out there to take.
So it looks like there was a group of you. I've seen some photos with, just one person, and then I've seen groups of people. So, I mean, so they just take the picture and they just let you decide? That's it's an amazing shot, and it does look like Heaven's Gate. I mean, whoever created that was just, I mean, whoever sat back and created that with water on the other side and the sky on the, I mean, that is, it is just very picturesque, just beautiful, just beautiful. I think I want to go to Bali just to visit there, Heaven's Gate, and take a photo there.
Now, I do have to let you know, when I got there, because you do go up a hill, but they do give you the opportunity to get on a scooter to be taken up, or you can walk up. So this is not one for the faint of heart.
Oh, really? So it's quite a trek up a hill. Well,
Up the hill, and if you've already had a long day and you're already hot, this one right here, you're going to work to get up there, but it's a beautiful view when you get up there.
Wow, there you go. No pain, no gain. But that's good to know. That might be someplace you want to go in the beginning of the day.
Of course, like you say, the temples, everything there. I think about 8 of them. And this one here, where you see me standing in the pose, that's actually behind you when you're.
It's behind you when you're what?
At the Heaven's Gate.
Oh, yeah. Wow. You know, when I saw that photo, I thought it looks like the algae is blue and green. Or is that just the effects of the sun or the lighting?
It's the lighting, but that is the green, this algae growing up the edge of that.
Yeah, and some of it looks blue. It almost matches your dress. So are these temples still in use today? Are they used for worship? Are they temples used to actually honor a particular God? Do they practice Buddhism in Bali?
Are all different religions still there? There is Christianity there, but of course the primary one is Buddhism. But this temple, if they that says do not, go up these stairs. So some of the temples you can go into and some you can't. And they actually require for you to have the sarong.
Wow, because it's holy, it's considered holy ground.
Yes, if it's holy ground, you have to have your shoulders covered, because my shoulders weren't covered, and I had to have a sarong.
So what's the story about Heaven's Gate?
Well, Heaven's Gate is one of the areas. This one was built back in the 1800s, and it is just one of the Heaven's Gate. I think it's kind of been coined by more European type countries.
So what makes it sacred ground?
It's sacred ground.
Huh? What makes it sacred ground?
Just as long as it's a place of worship, it's considered a sacred ground.
So it's still considered a place of worship?
Smaller version. It's like the shape is what they use to have for their Buddhist beliefs. So that shape you'll find everywhere.
Oh, okay, okay. That makes sense. Okay. So what about the next slide?
All right, so this is just more. Like I said, there's over in Bali for at least 5 to 6 days to be able to get a good view of what's available there. And this is just more pictures of some of the time. It was just amazing how well they held up.
So how old are these? That was my question. How old are some of these temples? Some of these, how old are these temples and places?
So you can imagine, what did it take for them to be able to build those?
That's what I'm asking. Did they tell you, did they give you the history of how they built them, and how old are they? Looks like they're koi fish. I love this photo of you held with your hands up. How cool is that?
So many temples per capita that it's no way to miss them. You can see them everywhere. That's all you will see everywhere.
So are they just opportunities to worship? A Buddhist could just stop and worship wherever, or do they mean something?
Where the queens may have lived.
Huh?
I said some of them are part of where the kings and queens may have lived.
Okay.
Their time.
Okay. I love the fish. That's amazing. That's amazing. How are the people, Michelle?
But that right there was the last one that I had. But one of the main things that I enjoyed about I got to enjoy the waterfalls. The waterfalls, you want to go visit all of the waterfalls that you can. The shopping is amazing. You can.
So what were some of the things you brought back? What did you get? What did you bring back? I'm sorry, this sun is in my face, so I'm trying to.
Well, I actually, we got to go to a place called Secret Garden.
And that had a lot of shopping? I heard things were very affordable. So did you take an extra bag so you can bring stuff back?
I'm actually able to go over there with $400 and become a millionaire in their money.
Wow. So Did you bring a lot of stuff back? Did you bring things back for your children, for your friends and family?
So it's very affordable to eat there. It's very affordable to shop there, and the sightseeing is amazing.
Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this. Bali is on your bucket list, you want to definitely go. I know these photos have made me want to go. And so it looks like if you, especially if you're someone looking for someplace affordable to go. I heard the beaches are absolutely amazing. As you can see, the architecture is amazing. If you're like me, I know I'm just going, I plan to go just to take a photo at Heaven's Gate. I just think that's a beautiful, beautiful place, and I want to take a photo there. So Bali is definitely on my bucket list, and I'm looking forward to going and enjoying myself there. Michelle, thank you so much for sharing with us. I'm sorry that we don't have a good connection, so we're not hearing everything that you're sharing, but I'm so glad. The pictures are worth 1,000 words, so we're getting lost in your photos and all the things that you are sharing. So I want to thank you so much for being my guest today on Coffee Talk. Y'all, Bali is in Indonesia. As you can see, like Michelle actually shared, that's a 17-hour flight. And so that you definitely have to be committed to going. And of course you want, after a flight like that, you want to be able to spend at least a week or more just enjoying everything. But from Michelle has said that, oh my goodness, everything is so affordable. The food, the shopping, you know, you could just really enjoy yourself there. So if it's not on your bucket list, I encourage you to put Bali on your bucket list. Another interesting thing, and I don't know if we can hear Michelle talk about it, but before they left, the COVID-19 pandemic was really just starting. It was like over in China. We weren't really paying attention, had no idea of what it was going to be. And when they came back, they were in quarantine. And so I know that's an amazing experience. But Michelle, if you can hear me, tell me, what do you think, for those of us who weren't able to go on this trip, do you think we will have a different experience in visiting Bali than you had?
Well, I think occurring. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Okay, so when we got there, they were taking all types of measures. They were doing the thermometer. They were doing more than what I experienced from when I got back through in the United States. So, but as far as how things are, the crowds weren't too bad. So you would be able to go out and enjoy yourself. But they were taking all kinds of measures. Any store you went into, of course, they did the temperature.
Wow, so they were already practicing. They were already practicing safe measures before the United States. It sounds like, because I know when you left, they weren't taking temperatures and that kind of things. They kept saying, "Oh yeah, it was over in China. It was over in China," and so it was amazing that when it came here and it started just spreading. That's when we began to take it seriously. So it sounds like you guys actually had an opportunity to be exposed to what was required by visiting Bali before you actually got here to the United States.
There is no worries. They did an
That's amazing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ann Brown on the line all the way from Accokeek, Maryland with Coffee Talk. And I apologize, I got the sun shining in my face. It looks like I got some sun glow on my cheeks. But anyway, I want to say thank you to Michelle Knolton for sharing her photos from Bali. Glad y'all took the trip with us and actually had an opportunity to get a taste of what's waiting for you in Bali once COVID-19 is over. Definitely put it on your bucket list. Did you want to say something, Michelle, to close out?
Yes, I just wanted to say that you definitely need to get back to travel, because we had an amazing time and we were there in the middle.
All right. Well, it seems like we lost her again, but it seems that it sounded like she was saying they had an amazing time, and when the world opens up after COVID-19, you definitely want to travel, and one of the places on your bucket list should be Bali. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us. The rest of my guests, thank y'all so much for joining me on Coffee Talk. Our time is up. And so with that being said, I look forward to seeing you, and yes, I do mean you, at the top, at the very top. And if you're watching this, if someone shared this with you and you're interested in being able to travel more affordably and are becoming a travel agent, having a travel business, home-based travel business, get in touch with the person who shared this with you. This is Coffee Talk with Ann Brown, all the way from Accokeek, Maryland. Have a great day. God bless, and we look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world, and it might be Bali. Bye-bye.
Great job.